Number 62. A CD has a diameter of 120 millimeters. When playing audio, the angular speed varies to keep the linear speed constant where the disc is being read. When reading along the outer edge of the disc, the angular speed is about 200 RPMs, revolutions per minute. Find the linear speed, all right? So basically what we have to do, all right, is we have to somehow convert the 200 RPMs into some linear speed of sorts. Call it meters per second, inches per minute, millimeters per minute. It doesn't matter, but some length per unit time. Okay. So in other words, our job is going to be to do this, to take the 200, okay, revolutions per minute, and somehow convert that into a linear speed. Now, it doesn't tell us what the units have to be, so why don't we make it easier on ourselves? Let's just leave it in terms of minutes. Okay, let's leave it in terms of minutes. And since they're giving me millimeters on the top, as far as my distance unit, maybe I'm going to, or my length unit, I should say, I'm going to leave it in terms of then millimeters on the top as well. Okay, so essentially what we need to do is somehow convert from revolutions into millimeters. Okay, so consider this. You have a circle. Okay, it's a disc. You know the diameter of that disc here is going to be 120 millimeters. I'm not going to keep writing the units. Everything's going to be in terms of millimeters. Okay. What we can also do is we can also, now knowing the diameter, we can find what's known as the circumference, right? That's this. That's the length of the outer edge. That's what the circumference is. Okay. Now to find that length of the outer edge, meaning to find that circumference, all we would need to do is use the formula pi d. In other words, the circumference of the circle, the length of the outermost edge, is equal to pi, 3.14159, blah, 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 multiplied then by the diameter, okay? So we're simply going to plug in the 120 there, and we realize, now you can leave it in terms of pi if you want, or you can find an exact answer, that's fine too, right? But this would be, just to give us some perspective now, it would be, if we go to the calculator, we can simply type in 120 and multiply it by second pi, okay? So the value is about 377, right? So it's 377, roughly, millimeters, okay? Because everything, remember, is in terms of millimeters. So when this disk makes one full rotation, meaning when it rotates around one time fully, how far does let's just say, how far does this particular point then travel if it rotates around one time? Well, it travels a total length of 377 millimeters. I keep wanting to say milliliters, but millimeters, all right? So if you know now the length of one rotation, basically, every single revolution or rotation is 377 millimeters, then how many millimeters would 200 revolutions be? You're probably like, oh, you're just going to multiply them, right? And if you said that, then you're correct. This is how the conversion will work. 200 revolutions per minute. Now, what I want to do is I want my revolutions to cancel. Therefore, it goes in the bottom, revolution. Okay? I want millimeters on the top. So I use that unit there. Notice how the revolutions mathematically will cancel. All right? But obviously, there's nothing to calculate that. Then I didn't put any numbers yet. So I need to know I can't speak at the moment. Relationship between revolutions and millimeters. In other words, we just found it. We found that for every one revolution, it's about 377 millimeters. So now what happens is the revolutions go bye-bye, right? And what we're left with now is going to be 200 multiplied by 377. So let's do that in the calculator. Use the exact answer you got from before. So now all you need to do is actually just hit the multiplication symbol. So what happens is the calculator now goes, if you have a Texas Instruments type of calculator, it says answer, meaning the answer you found up here, multiplied now by, well, the 200. Hit enter, and there you go. That's the value. Oh, that's the value, okay? So let's write that down. So this is 75,000, right? 398, 0.2. I mean, you can get a little crazy here, right? 0.22, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you wanted, okay? If you wanted an exact value, all you would do is you would literally do the same conversion, okay? Watch, I'm just going to copy it. This would be the exact answer now. Because remember the 300, and this is still even a rounded value, right? Because it's a decimal. Instead of plugging in the 377 here, I'm going to plug in the 120 pi because they're equivalent, right? 120 pi. Well, so to speak. This is not exact, so I guess they're not equivalent, but you get the idea. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave my answer in terms of pi. So all I'm going to do is multiply the 200 by then the 120, right? So go to calculator, do 200, multiply then by 120. And that's going to give us now 24,000, okay? So we got now 24,000 pi millimeters, okay? Both of these are in terms of millimeters because those were the units of length. Now, if you were to take the 24,000 and multiply by pi, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get the same exact value we found up here. Watch. 2,400, okay? Or what am I saying? 24,000 multiplied now by pi. What do you get? Oh my goodness, look. It's the same exact thing. Guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. That is the linear speed, okay? And, well, actually, I found the distance technically. I forgot to say that it's per minute, right? The minutes didn't go anywhere, so these are both per minute. Now that's the linear speed because speed is a rate. It's a unit of length per unit of time. Sorry, almost finished too soon. But anyway, you got the idea. Thanks so very much for tuning in. All right, if you can help us out, subscribe, like, tell your friends. We appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. Be well.